details today.
Now, from the News 18 forecast team, weather with Chief Meteorologist Doug Michaels.
A beautiful day here in western Wisconsin, and for a change, we didn't have to talk about any rain showers this afternoon. And you could see the fair weather clouds as they tried to form during the course of the day. They did to a certain point, and then they basically stopped moving up. That's kind of what happens on a nice day like this. You see those little puffy cumulus clouds, and then they reach a certain height, and then they don't grow anymore, and then they finally dissipate with sunset. 80 degrees. Our high temperature in Eau Claire today, also in La Crosse, Minneapolis at 81, so right where we should be for this time of the year, even some places in the upper 70s a little further to the north. Temperatures this evening dropping back into the 60s. 66 our new current temperature rather here in Eau Claire. 61 for Rice Lake. Just about everybody in the 60s with some 70s further off to the west. That's where the warmer air is currently, and there's also more cloud cover across western sections of Minnesota as well. Look at those showers just fall apart as they try to move in. Very weak disturbance moving out of the Dakotas and into western Minnesota this evening, really dying out as it does so, but we'll see some of the high clouds continue on through the rest of the night across Minnesota and eventually into western Wisconsin. A little more activity going on further off to the west around the front range of the Rockies with a line of showers and some thunderstorms as well from the panhandle of Nebraska south through the panhandle of Texas. A little stronger disturbance, and that one will track by to our south during the daylight hours of Tuesday. Another disturbance generating some thunderstorms across North Dakota this evening. That will pass by to our north. We're going to be left in a pretty good position as we go through the day on Tuesday for some more sunshine and another nice summer-like day. Outside this evening, a fairly summer-like evening in progress across western Wisconsin. All things considered, pretty typical. 66 for our current temperature. Dew point in the middle 50s, and I'm going to talk more about that here in just a second as far as how that's going to change in the days ahead. 70% in the humidity and the wind light out of the south right now. So dew points and all in all, humidity is in the very comfortable range through the overnight hours. But then as we head through the next couple of days, we'll notice a slow increase in the moisture. Tuesday still tolerable, but as we head into Wednesday, starting to feel more of that summer-like mugginess here in western Wisconsin. And I think that'll continue to be true as we end the week. So finally starting to feel a bit more like summer. Certainly the warmth is there, but then the moisture will get added in as well. Speaking of warmth, temperatures back into the lower 80s tomorrow here in western Wisconsin. Not a lot of activity on the map for rain tomorrow. Once again, we could see a couple of passing showers develop as we move into the course of the afternoon hours, but nothing big here in western Wisconsin. Certainly not expecting anything severe. That area of shower and thunderstorm activity to the west, as I mentioned, passing by to the south during the daylight hours of Tuesday. Wednesday looking kind of similar. We start out with some sunshine, we build up a few clouds, and could see a few thunderstorms develop during the course of the afternoon hours. Now by far the better chances for thunderstorms will come later in the week as a stronger disturbance begins to move out of the Rockies and across the northern plains. What that's going to do is it's going to start to draw up more Gulf moisture, and that will present a much better chance for thunderstorms here across the upper Midwest. Some of those storms could be on the stronger side, especially Friday, so we'll have to keep an eye on how things work out for the end of the week. But certainly looking like a more active pattern as we end the week and perhaps for the very start of the weekend. Your forecast for tonight, partly cloudy, we'll call it comfy, 56 for your overnight low. Tomorrow up to 81 degrees as we begin the final week of June already. Just a slight chance for a couple of showers in the afternoon. Not a very good chance of that. Tomorrow, Express game against the Mankato Moondogs, WQOW night. Come out and join us. Get a squishy ball while you're out there. 79 for your first pitch temperature. There's your extended forecast. Once again, things becoming a bit unsettled as we end the week. Perhaps a few lingering showers on Saturday as well, but not looking like a rain out at this point for the weekend.
Wow, so more rain, a little bit of sun. 80s though, that's nice to see.
That's right, and it's, you know, the thing is that you look at that map there and you think, oh, rain every day. Well, we have a chance of seeing thunderstorms. It's really hard to time some of these systems as they come across the map during the summertime.
But you'll keep on an eye
right on top of it. Yep.
Thanks, Doug. All right, it's WQOW night at Carson Park tomorrow, but what are Express players doing on their off day? Bob Radovich has that story, plus we'll have another installment of Meet the Express. I love that series. In the National League, the Brewers begin a 10-game road trip. We'll see if Milwaukee can win in Atlanta. Sports is next.
The News 18 10 p.m. report continues with Bob Bradovich and sports.
The Brewers bring a nice stat with them as they start a 10-game road trip, and that stat is a 21-10 record since May 20th, the best record in the majors in that time. There are some key stats within that stat, both belonging to Ben Sheets, who is 4-0 with an ERA of 2.11 in his last 6 starts. Sheets on the mound as Milwaukee starts his trip in Atlanta. First inning, Yunel Escobar. Check out James Jerry Hardy. The kids call him JJ. I call that great defense. Second inning, Brewers now at the runner in scoring position, but Corey Hart not going to have to run very hard, and that's because Mike Cameron hits the ball very hard and very deep. 2-run homer, Milwaukee on top. Third inning, this time Ricky Weeks is at second. Hardy hits one deep to center. Not quite deep enough to get out of the ballpark, but more than deep enough for Weeks to score easily. And it's 3-zip Brewers. More run support for Sheets later in the inning. Ryan Braun belts one to right, and that ball is going to get to the wall. Hardy hustling around. There will not be a play at the plate. Milwaukee with a 4-0 lead. Braves get a run in the fourth, but Sheets shuts the door after that. A complete game 4-hitter. Sheets retires the last 16 hitters in order. He improves to 9-1 this season. Brewers beat the Braves by a score of 4-1. The Express gets the day off. Eau Claire will take a 3-game win streak into its series with Mankato. The Express just swept 2 games from the Beatles in front of the home crowd, and there was plenty of drama at Carson Park both nights. But besides relaxing today, players know there's still work to be done.
For the most part, everybody tries to get back in the cage. Pitchers do a little conditioning, throwing, on the side. They call it an off day, but really, everybody comes to the ballpark and works on a few things.
Hopefully they can just relax and not think about baseball and just, enjoy Eau Claire area, and, hopefully they can come back on Tuesday ready to go.
We continue our Meet the Express series. Tonight we check in with Kyle Holloway, one of 3 catchers on the Eau Claire roster.
Hi, I'm Kyle Holloway. I play at Lynn University in Florida, and I'm a catcher.
What is the biggest adjustment that you have to make as a first-year player here in the Northwoods League?
Definitely the wood bats and the pitching. The competition is definitely a lot better than other leagues I've played in, and that's probably the biggest thing I've had to adjust to so far.
The league always talks about being like a minor league internship. Have you kind of found it to be like that? I mean, you got the bus trips, you got the travel, you're staying with host families, you're kind of thrown in a clubhouse with all kinds of new guys, and you got to adjust and just make the best of it.
Absolutely. It's definitely like what I've heard is like a minor league system, especially sleeping on the bus, and those long bus trips, and then you got to get out and play a game right away. It's tough, but it's getting us ready for the minor league system.
And as we've mentioned, tomorrow is WQOW night with the Express, so join us then at Carson Park. Whatever the Bucks do in the NBA draft Thursday, Milwaukee's roster will most certainly change under new general manager John Hammond. What that means for Michael Redd remains to be seen. At least Redd is sure about the team he'll be playing on this summer. Today it becomes official. Redd is a member of the U.S. Olympic team.
It's amazing. It's an honor. It's humbling to be on the national team, representing your country. And this is a phenomenal year with the presidential race and everything going on, and it's just so much going on, and to be a part of winning a gold medal for your country, I don't know what I'll do.
Former Marquette standout Dwayne Wade also on the team, along with Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Carmelo Anthony. Duke University's Mike Krzyzewski is the head coach. Plenty of Packers fans enjoy other sports throughout the year, but some fans want news from Green Bay even when a whole lot is not happening. We will do what we can help. For instance, tonight we'll hear from Will Blackman. The defensive back missed the Packers OTA in the recent mini camp. He says, though, he'll be good to go come training camp in late July. With Corin Robinson's departure, Blackman may just be the guy to take over both punt return and kickoff return duties.
First thing first, I'm just, ready to get prepared at corner, because that's what I came here to do initially. And I can return kicks and punts in my sleep. That's a gift, pretty much. I would say. You see, Devin Hester, he does that with his eyes closed. It's a gift, it's a knack that he has, and I know I have the same thing as well.
It's always a good idea to keep the eyes open, though, if you're trying to return punts and kicks. That is it for sports. Jamie has Health Watch after the break.
Headaches can be a real pain, so imagine having one every day. They're called chronic daily headaches, and as Vince Sherry reports, a new surgical procedure may finally stop the suffering.
For 3 years, Glenn Knott had chronic daily headaches. The debilitating pain made his scalp tender to the touch.
It hurt me to touch my head, hurt me to wear a hat, hurt me to wear glasses.
Nothing, even medication, seemed to help. So when the 45-year-old heard about a new treatment, he was willing to try it, even if it meant going under the knife.
I'm just so grateful that we found something, because I was really at my wit's end trying to find a doctor that knew what to do.
Dr. Pamela Blake says chronic headaches like Glynn's occur when muscles or other tissues press on the nerves outside the skull.
These nerves come up the back of the head, into the top of the head, and now into the sides. And so patients with problems with these nerves typically describe pain that's here and comes up like this, or sometimes it starts here and goes back.
Surgery to remove the tissue and decompress the nerve can spell relief for most patients.
The people who have not responded, which is about 25%, are no better. And we think that for those patients, their lack of a response is due to the fact that they've had compression for a prolonged period of time, and the nerve probably just does not have the ability to bounce back and to start functioning normally.
Glynn is one of the lucky ones. The surgery stopped his headaches and revved up his energy.
Oh, I want to do things now. I'm going out and doing stuff. I'm planting a garden and working on the house, stuff that I haven't done in the last 4 or 5 years.
He's a changed man. I've got my husband back.
Back enjoying life without pain. This is Venturi reporting.
We'll be right back. Keep it here.
I usually look at your forecast through the rest of the week. A little unsettled, especially as we get to Thursday and Friday. Just slight chances for thunderstorms over the next couple of days. Better chances Thursday and Friday. Severe weather could be a possibility then as well. Looking ahead to the weekend, it quiets down. Temperatures pretty decent with some 80s and even a couple of upper 70s through the weekend.
Okay.
Nice forecast for WQOW Night with the Express tomorrow at Carson Park. They'll be giving away these little squishy balls. Here you go.
They're fun. Nice
Jamie?
catch.
That's an arrow right there.
Right.
Have a good night, everyone.
Is there a sports story you want to see again? News 18 has local highlights, sports overtime recaps, pro sports, and much more. All on the sports page at WQOW.com.